Ladies and gentlemen, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall be glad and rejoice, and let us thank God that we are alive and we are witnessing history in the making. Yesterday, we had what we would call the Ruto general election in Kenya, and the results are very, very interesting. And I know the two most important areas that all eyes were glued on was in Mombasa. Mombasa watu walikuwa wanatarajia kivubi pale. Vile vile Kakamega watu walikuwa wanatarajia kivubi. But fortunately, Abdul Samad Nasir of Azimio, that is Azimio candidate, is taking a commanding lead. And the man is unsayable. By the time of going to press, he was reading with almost every county and almost in every polling station. Kwa hivyo ni jambo ambalo linawafurahisha sana wanaazimio. Ni jambo ambalo linawafanya washerekee. Na ukiangalia upande mwingine, upande wa Kakamega, sorry for that, utapata kwamba Fanadas Barasa of 4DM won the elections. So Azimio is so happy with the results. Again, when you look at the Kitui Rural, David Mwikali won the elections. When you look at Pokot, Titus Rope of KUP won the elections. But when you go to Rogai, you find Paul Chebor of UDA winning. So when you look at these elections, you can see that the Ruto general elections give Azimio a commanding lead, and Azimio are very happy. And ni jambo nzuri wakati ambapo ni jambo ambalo linaweza kuwafuta machozi wakati ambapo wengi wanaoboleza wizi wa kura ambao ulifanyika kule Bomas when Raila Amolo Odinga was denied the victory. You know, watu wanajua vizuri ya kwamba Raila Amolo Odinga won the elections, but Wafula Chebukati baggled the elections. So today is a happy day, and if you are Azimio, if you have been supporting Azimio, that is good news for you, and you should be very, very happy. So today we are expecting again the Supreme Court to start the hearing. In fact, today they are going to agree on the rules to be followed, on what to be determined, and it is a very, very important day in the Supreme Court of Kenya. And we can see that jurists from other countries have also come to see, to witness this history. In fact, this week will be a big day, a great week, and it will be remembered in Kenyan history. And when the history of this country will be written, the judges will have a big chapter, how they ruled this case and how they determined this case, because it has attracted the attention of the whole world. And you know, we see when Kenya sneezes, kila nchi lazima iangalie what is happening, why is this country sneezing. And we cannot rule out the possibility of favorable ruling, because what we have is compelling evidence, earth-shaking evidence, and watu watashangaa kutoka yale ambayo yatasemwa pale katika mahakama ya upeo. So today I want us to dwell on the Ruto general elections. I'm calling it the Ruto general elections because of the very many places that elections were conducted. So ukiangalia utaona kwamba kuna mengi ambayo tunafaa kujifunza, kuna mengi ambayo tunaweza kusema in fact these elections has a lot of political significance, and it has a lot of political relevance. Kwa hivyo haya ndio ambayo nataka tuangalie the meaning of the outcome of the elections in Mombasa, the election in Nakuru, the elections in Kakamega, the elections in Kitui Rural. What is the meaning of this politically? The first thing that I would like us to observe is that in case of a runoff, there will be poor voters turnout. The apathy was witnessed in all major counties, even in the constituencies, even where we had the elections for the MCA, the turnout was very poor. On average, would give it at about 45 and 50%. So if we are going to have a runoff, which is very likely, because Ruto win cannot be upholded by the Supreme Court. chances are very, very slim. In fact, the chances of going to a runoff in this country are over 70%. Kwa hivyo ikiwa jambo hili litatokea, basi utapata kwamba wapigaji kura hawatajitokeza kupiga kura kama vile ambavyo walikuwa wamejitokeza, and the voters turnout or the apathy, voters apathy will be witnessed in the whole country, just as we saw in Mombasa and Kakamega and other areas. The other thing that we can learn from these elections is that Raila is still very strong. Raila as a candidate has a lot of influence in this country. Ukiangalia utaona kwamba ana ugwaji mkono sana, kila mahali utaona kwamba yeye anaweza kutokea akiwa mshindi. Kwa hivyo kwa ufupi, ukiangalia matokeo huu uchaguzi utaona kwamba Raila's popularity is very, very high in this country. His influence is very, very high. In fact, I've never seen a candidate or a politician who is not in government, who is not in parliament, who is not in the Senate, who is not even a governor, who is this popular like Amor Odinga. So Raila Amor Odinga is like an institution. Raila Amor Odinga ukiangalia utaona kwamba ni mtu ambaye bado ugwaji mkono wake uko katika hali ya juu sana ukilinganisha na mpinzani wake wa karibu William Samoei Ruto. So William Samoei Ruto, when you look at the support now that he has, you see that in Mombasa it is very, very low. When you look at it in the Kaba region, utaona kwamba bado umaarufu wake uko chini sana. So even in the case of a runoff, Ruto is going to lose in these areas, including in Kakamega. He's going to lose kwa sababu utaona kwamba even with unajua alikuwa ameenda pale Western kujaribu kuhakikisha kwamba mfuasi wake Cleophas Malala atapigiwa kura. That is why he went there in church. You know, Ruto has been using the church to hoodwink the people. Anajaribu kutumia dini kuwahadaa wananchi, lakini utaona kwamba the Luhya nation has learned to fly without patching. They have learned the tricks that this man have been using, kwa sababu kule kutumia dini sasa utaona kwamba hakuja za matunda ambayo alikuwa anatarajia. So but you see sio kawaida kumuona Ruto akienda kanisani sehemu za Western. Kwa hivyo dini hapa imeshindwa. The Church of Christ did not bring him votes as he had always opined. Unajua this man has been trying to project himself as the candidate of Christ, as the candidate of the Church of Christ, and none other said this other than Gachagua. Kwa hivyo utaona kwamba dini sasa ni kama watu wamekuja kugundua kwamba inatumika vibaya. Ni kama wanaona kwamba hata akijaribu kufanya nini basi watu wanamfuata Raila Amolo Odinga. The other lesson that we can learn is that when you look at the Azimio, I was looking at these people, the voters, the people in Kakamega and Mombasa. I saw people who are emboldened, people who are very bold, who are very courageous now. Ni watu ambao wanajitokeza. And this is what is going to happen if the elections are going to be repeated. If you are going to have a runoff, you will see Azimio candidate, Azimio supporters coming out in large numbers. They are very much emboldened because they are feeling that the election was stolen. Na ukiangalia vile ambavyo walikuwa wanakabiliana na wale watu ambao walikuwa wanajaribu kuwahoga pale, tuliona wafuasi wa UD wakifukuzwa pale, akina Moses Kuria wakati when they were trying to bribe the voters, when they were trying to interfere with the elections, we saw the voters themselves coming out and showing that we can stand for Raila Amolo Odinga, we can defend our places. And now you can imagine if the UDA candidate, especially from Mount Kenya, kama wanaenda Mombasa kufanya hivi, kama walikuwa wanaenda Kakamega kufanya hivi, you can imagine what they were doing in Mount Kenya. You can imagine, kwa sababu wanajaribu kwenda kujaribu kuada wapiga kura pale, kujaribu kubatilisha uamuzi wa watu, trying to see that people can follow them. But you see, they were overwhelmed by the voters. So we see an emboldened Raila's base. Na kumaanisha kwamba in case of a runoff, Ruto has all the reason to get worried. The other thing is that when you look at this, in case of a runoff, Raila Amolo Odinga is going to win these elections. Because when you look at the way the people were voting, when you look at the emboldened Raila base, when you look at the people, you see that definitely they are telling you Ruto has all the reason to get worried. Na unajua mtu akiiba anakuwa na wasiwasi, lakini yule ambaye ameibiwa huwa na hasira sana, na hizi hasira zinaweza kumfanya akashinda huu uchaguzi, and people are going to come out. I don't think watu wa Ruto watajitokeza hivi. I think kile ambacho kitatokea ni kwamba utapata kwamba watu wa Ruto watakuwa na wasiwasi mwingi, na tena unajua sasa ule wizi hautakuwa wa hali ya juu kama ulivyokuwa wakati huu, because you see people have learned a lesson, especially in Azimio. They have learned lessons, and they are ready to defend their man. The other reason, the other thing that we can learn from these little general elections that was happening yesterday, we can see the rigging mentality in Kenya Kwanza. The rigging mentality in Kenya Kwanza is so strong kwamba wao wanaamini kwamba huwezi kushinda kura without rigging the elections. In fact, they tried as much as they could in Kakamega, but they were overwhelmed by the voters. They tried. In fact, Moses was beaten thoroughly. Alipigwa kama Mburukenge. Na ilikuwa vizuri sana kwa sababu ni jambo ambalo unajiuliza kwa nini asiachane na watu wende wakapiga kura. He should keep his self. Kipa kukaa kule mlima Kenya, lakini sio kwenda Kakamega kuingilia siasa za the Luhya nation and the coast people. Ni jambo ambalo linaonyesha kwamba kile ambacho kipo ni kwamba hao watu wanaamini kwamba wanaweza kuiba kura. In fact, some vehicles were caught with marked ballot papers in favor of Cleophas Malala, na ni jambo ambalo livuja moyo sana. Kwa hivyo ule wizi bado uko katika akili zao, na ulinatokea wazi. Hao ni watu ambao hawana haya, ambao wanasema wako na mji wao. The other thing that came out very clearly is that this country is hopelessly divided, and ukiangalia utaona kwamba Raila ni mtu ambaye ana wafuasi wengi sana. Raila, ukiangalia Raila Amolo Odinga, utapata kwamba he has his supporters, and Ruto has his supporters, and nobody can deny this. So this country is not united. Like when Raila and Uhuru were there, in fact, the 12th parliament, utapata kwamba the country was not hopelessly divided the way it is. So the lines are very clear, and one can tell that this country need to heal, kwa sababu wasipofanya hivyo basi the state of statecraft can be very, very difficult for the person who is going to be the next president. And I don't see William Samoei Ruto winning this battle. If he becomes the president, I don't see him being able to unite this country. The division will continue. So, but when you look at Raila Amolo Odinga, if Raila wins, because so kile ambacho tunaona ni kwamba Raila has a forgiving heart. Raila is somebody who talks of unity. Ni mtu ambaye anaweza kuunganisha nchi hii na wakawa kitu kimoja na akafanikiwa sana. So that is another thing that came out. The other thing that came out is the bitterness in Azimio. The Azimio voters are very bitter. You could see it in their faces. You could see it in their actions. You could see it even when they are voting. Even when you listen to the tone, the way they were talking, they are very bitter. They are very. Why are they bitter? They are bitter that the election was stolen. They are bitter that Ruto was declared the president-elect unfairly. They are bitter that in Mount Kenya, Baba's votes were not properly protected. They are bitter that Raila is so far going back to court, na wanaona kwamba ni kama anateswa. Ni jambo ambalo haliwapendezi sana. So that is what is happening in Kenya today. And jambo ambalo tunafaa kujua ni kwamba the country is calm as we talk now. There's peace, there's tranquility, and we would urge people to go placidly amid the haste and noise, and remember there is peace in silence, and as much as possible be on good terms with all person, and listen to all, even the dull and the ignorant. They too have their story, goes the desiderata, and that is my take. And may you have a blessed Tuesday, and let's meet in the Supreme Court. We see what is happening there. So if you're joining this channel for the first time and you have never subscribed, kindly take a minute, subscribe to our channel. This is Gachis Command TV, the tallest man in Black Africa. For our viewers, like this video, comment, and you can even share. Those who are supporting us, we are very, very grateful. And by the way, we have viewers from all over the world. About 60% of our viewers are Kenyans. The rest comes from United States, others Britain, that is United Kingdom, Switzerland, South Africa, Uganda, Tanzania, all over, including China and many other countries. So when we meet here, we meet as a family. This is where we discuss unreported news. This is where we discuss things that you not find in any other media. So may you have a blessed day. Bye-bye.